It's so great to see you this morning. Well, boys and girls, we are doing something at Adams Elementary School that we've never done before because we like to try new things. And so we are doing what's called a go-to meeting. And I have some friends that are helping me because do you think I could run this school by myself? No, it takes a team, and we have an amazing team that is here today that has made today possible for us. So, who is this? Miss Milligan. Do we love Miss Milligan? Yes, Miss Milligan is our design teacher. And in a minute, I'm going to speak some more about Miss Milligan and what you're working on with her. But whose mom is this? Do you know? Kelly's mom. Yes, but she does have a name besides Kelly's mom. Yes, her name is Carrie Caulfield, and she works for Citrix. And Carrie, you know what she does for her job? She takes ideas that are just ideas on people's heads, and she turns them into a reality. She actually makes things. That's what she loves to do. Raise your hand if you love to make things. I love to make things too. So that's what Carrie does. Carrie is what we call a product manager. And Carrie has some friends that work with her too at Citrix. Yes, come up. This is Jeremy and Amin. And these two gentlemen, they work for Citrix and they let us use their microphone. They are letting us use their camera. And they made today possible. Can we say thank you to them? Thank you. Well, now would you like to know a little bit more about why you're here? Yes. Well, you are here today because you have been builders and engineers in our design center last week with the Roominate. Raise your hand if you loved Roominate. Oh, look at all these hands. So much fun with Miss Milligan. Well, we are very, very lucky and very blessed that inventors of Roominate, they are two females. They are two young ladies that graduated from college in 2010 as engineers, and they are with us today. Are we excited? Yes, we are so excited to see them. So the first person, her name, we're going to learn their names, is Alice Brooks. And Alice Brooks, she loved to build things and make things. And she was working with her dad. Her dad is just with robotics. And she wanted a Barbie doll. And you know what her dad gave her instead of a Barbie doll? A saw. And so she built her own doll. Isn't that cute? So she made her very own doll. I know that I was working with my daughter this last weekend and we put together a dresser. That was a lot of work, huh, Malia? And so learning to build things at a very young age, like Alice did at 8 years old, is so important because then you can build things and become an inventor yourselves. So that's what Alice did. And she met a friend in college, and her name was Bettina. And they both graduated as engineers, and Bettina liked to play with Legos. Raise your hand if you like to play with Legos. So I see everyone's hand is up for Legos. And you want this is a story about Bettina. She built cities filled with spaceships with her older brother. Raise your hand if you have an older brother. Look at yes, building spaceships. Super exciting. Well, let's put our hands together. Should we welcome Alice and Bettina? Let's put our hands together. Let's clap for them. Dun, da, da, da. There they are. We can see them. So exciting. Welcome, Alice and Bettina. We are so blessed to have you at Adams Elementary School today, and just two female engineers.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having us.
Alice and Bettina, can you tell us a little bit about how you met and about the design process and how you became inventors?
Yeah, we're going to tell you all about how we decided to make Roominate and then some of the things we did to create the toy and then also what we've been doing since then. So thank you for the great introduction. So when I had that saw, I found some wood and I found some nails. So that doll that I made was actually made out of, her body was made out of a wooden triangle and her arms and legs were made out of these two big nails. And then her face was made out of little colored push pins. So she wasn't the greatest looking doll, but she was a lot of fun to make because I did it myself. And I didn't realize it then, but that was really the start of how I loved engineering because I really loved figuring out how things went together and inventing my own new creations. One of my other creations was a dinosaur, which I also painted. But then when I got to college, I decided to study mechanical engineering because I wanted to be able to design real products. Mechanical engineers design a lot of the products that are around you, from the things that you use in your kitchen, like a toaster would have designed that, to the car or an airplane that you fly in.
Yeah, and for me, so I play with Legos a lot, and just being able to build things with my hands, that's what really got me excited about engineering. And I did a lot of really crafty sort of things as well. I would make artsy sort of projects and give them as gifts to friends and family. And I think that part of that sort of creativity was really important for engineering as well. So I went into college. I knew I wanted to be some sort of engineer, and I was looking at all the different types of engineering, trying to decide which one I was most excited about. And actually, in the end, the reason I chose electrical engineering was, well, first you can make a lot of really cool products. There's a lot of different areas that electrical engineers are really helpful in. They make things that people use every day, like cell phones and laptops, to things that really can help people, like things in medicine. They can build things to maybe help someone hear things better if they're deaf. So there's a lot of really cool things you can do, but the big reason I chose electrical engineering was because it was the most challenging major, and I really like being able to challenge myself.
So another thing that helped us get into engineering, like Bettina just said, it's challenging. So we studied really hard in school, even from kindergarten, I would say. And it was really important to learn to really be comfortable with all the subjects and to work as hard as possible. You might not get it right at the beginning, but the harder you work, the more you'll understand it. So back to why we started Roominate. So we wanted to inspire more kids like you to love engineering as much as we did. And we knew that since we were inspired by our toys, if we made some really fun toys for kids, then you guys might be inspired into engineering. So we also, using what we loved about mechanical engineering and electrical engineering, we decided to make toys that let you build and let you use circuits. So in Roominate, I'm sure you guys we saw some pictures where you made fans that spin. So those are the circuits, and then the building is all the pieces put together. So the first step for us was figuring out what kinds of toys kids were already playing with. So we would go into people's homes, go to museums, go to schools, and talk to kids and ask them what their favorite toys were. And they would usually take us around and show us their favorite toys and tell us why they liked them. So at the beginning, we weren't telling them about any of our ideas. We wanted to learn from kids what they liked. And from that, we took a lot of notes and started to look at what was common between the different kids. What we learned was that all of these kids really loved being able to be creative and tell their own stories with their toys. So that was one idea for us, was make something where kids can be really creative and tell their own story. So after we've learned a lot about what kids already liked, we started making some of our own ideas. And we would make them out of cardboard. That's called prototyping. So we would take materials that we had around us, glue them together, tape them together so that they could present an idea, and then give that to kids and see how they reacted. So our first Roominate prototype was actually made out of an old oatmeal box that we had lying around, and we just wanted to test how kids responded. And that's a good way when you have an idea to use the materials around you that you already have and put them together so you can test it. And that's a good thing because, one, you don't waste too much time on an idea that people might not like. So you find out quickly if people like it or if they don't like it. And two, it's free because you use materials you already have. So we had a lot of ideas that kids did not like. We tried, there was the puppy purses that lit up. People didn't like that. There was the car that we turned into a pig. And we put them in front of kids and tried to see what they liked or didn't like about them. And we learned a lot more when kids didn't like them, because that helped us, that we didn't try making something and then forcing kids to like it. We saw what they liked and didn't like, and that helped us come up with an even better idea. So every time someone said they didn't like it, that actually really helped us. And being open to feedback from other people really helps you design better products. So that's what we did to first come up with the idea of Roominate. That was to spend a lot of time with our future users, which was kids, and to show them a lot of ideas and then try to figure out what we could do better than what they already had.
Yeah, and we're still doing that every day, all the time now. Whenever we're developing new products, we're always trying out with new kids, and even just playing with kids all the time, getting feedback about what to change in our product to make it even better for them. So since then, we've really wanted to get Roominate in front of as many kids as we could, so we thought getting it into stores would be a really big thing to do. So we worked really hard, and we got our products into Toys R Us, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, a lot of really big stores, which was really exciting for us, and it was a really new experience for us to figure out how to do that. But basically, we were good at learning quickly, which was a really important part of starting our own business, being able to figure things out quickly and just kind of learn as you go. And then last year, we got onto Shark Tank, which was a really exciting opportunity for us to be able to present our ideas to the sharks there, and because they have so much more experience than us, and we could really learn from their experiences. And to get ready for the show, we worked really hard. We basically studied, but we watched a lot of episodes and took notes about all the things that happened in each episode and what we could do that they liked and the things that they didn't like in each one. And that really helped prepare us for when we went in there ourselves and we pitched to them. So since then, I mean, we've been doing so quickly. We now have sold over 200,000 units of Roominate. So we have lots of kids out there playing with it, kids like you, and we always get pictures every day from them. And that's really the best part about what we do, getting to see all the creative things that they make with Roominate. So we've had kids that have made bridges that light up, rocket ships with spinning propellers, car washes. We had one kid who made a homeless shelter and a soup kitchen. So it's really fun for us to see the creative things that you guys come up with, because you're much more creative than we ever could be.
So we want to see more pictures of what you've been doing. We saw some. They're really cool. Yeah, and the things that you can do now, if you have an idea, just go for it. You can use things around your house. I mean, we used an old oatmeal box. You can use cardboard boxes around old containers, and if you have an idea, just go for it and build it and try it out on your friends and see if they like it. And sometimes they'll like it and sometimes they don't like it, but that just helps you get more ideas and figure out what you want to do. And also, don't be afraid if it doesn't work out the first time you make something. We made a lot of ideas that people did not like, and that didn't hold us back. We kept trying until we found something that kids really liked. And if we'd given up the first time someone didn't like something, there would be no Roominate. We would have no toys that we'd made. So just keep on trying, and you'll come up with something that people really like.
Yeah, and really take advantage of the things around you. You guys have the design school, which is a really cool opportunity. I wish I had something like that when I was in elementary school, but being able to go in there and build a lot of different things with your hands, that's really important for if you want to be an engineer or whatever you want to do later in life. So really take advantage of that opportunity that you guys have.
Thank you. What is it like working with Mark, Cuban, and there we go. Let's do some feedback. And Lori Greiner from the Shark Tank.
Oh, it's been really cool. So you see these people on TV, and they seem like not real people because they're on TV, but they've been really helpful. And with Mark, we email him all the time and can ask him questions. And if we're really stuck on something, we can talk to him on the phone. So they're so busy and they have so many different things going on, but once they sign up to help you through Shark Tank, they really help you. And it's been so cool getting to know the behind the scenes of Shark Tank and really see that these people are doing it to help other people.
I noticed on the episode that Mark really wanted to invest in you because of his daughters and really wanting his daughters to really have you two as their role models, being two female engineers. And so in the field of engineering, is there a lot of females in that field? And what are some advice that you would give some of my girls? Girls, raise your hand that love to invent and build at Adams School.
Yeah, so there aren't, for when we were in school, there weren't that many girls, and the number is slowly increasing every year, and it was hard, but I think when you really enjoy doing something, for both of us, we just love building things, and that's what really got us excited about engineering, and because of that, we stuck with it because there's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do. And I think one of the things a lot of people miss about engineering is just how creative it is. That's such an important part of what you're doing. So I mean, it's a really fun area to be in, so I think just don't be afraid to go after it if you're excited about it, and even if people say things to you that maybe aren't very positive, which happened to both of us, we still stuck with it because we really were passionate about it.
Yeah, if you're a girl and somebody says to you, you can't do that because you're a girl, just ignore them. Same thing if you're a boy and someone says to you, you can't do that because you're a boy, just ignore them.
Because not everyone has been kind to you, I'm assuming. So and when they haven't been kind to you, you just ignore them and you just persevere because you believe in yourselves and you believe in your skills and each other. It sounds like you're a great team together, a lot of teamwork and collaboration. A
lot of teamwork.
Well, boys and girls, can we thank them for coming? This is so great.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Alice and Bettina, you're just a great role model for our students and for us as adults as well. And just knowing that to go after your dreams, no matter what anyone says. And we just really thank you for taking the time in your busy schedules, because I know that you are extremely busy, to really encourage us. And so we're going to send you some Adams t-shirts. So when you wear them, think about all the boys and girls that you're inspiring. And again, thank you. So let's put our hands together again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leave your hands up, boys and girls, if you want to be an engineer. Look at this. A lot of hands.
That's great.
I love it. Thank you again, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. Send us pictures.
We will.